Coming to you from Fresh Meadows, New York. This is the Random Thought Program, and today I figured, why don't I do it like a video video podcast? Yeah, it'd be easier, and plus, look at me. I actually have this comfortable CD, so that way I don't have to wear these stupid, annoying headphones anymore. Eek. This is the first ever video podcast that you'll be seeing regularly, as long as I can keep this background, because I love it so much. I mean, you got the window back there, you got this interesting cubby over there, and plus, you don't really need to see my whole body. I mean, this is better than nothing. Alright. So, what's on the agenda today? Well, I want to talk to you about the Royal Rumble, obviously, and I want to talk to you about the upcoming Super Bowl matchup and picture a little bit of the games from yesterday. But first of all, I want to talk to you about the disaster that we have gotten here in Queens. I'm talking about the snow. I mean, it has been a nightmare. A complete and utter nightmare. Now, what I mean to say here is this. The streets have, these one-way streets where, particularly I live on one, they have not been plowed almost. There's still a lot of work to be done. Now, I can tell you right now, from what I've heard, the main roads are fine. The LIE, the Grand Central Parkway, they're all fine here in Queens. But I'm talking about these narrow one-way streets, these small two-way streets. They still need a lot of work. And I heard what Mayor de Blasio said today. Now, we are supposed to get more plows. I hope we do, because from the way that this snow looks, this is going to take more than a week to get rid of. I mean, I've been living in this neighborhood since February of 2005. I have not seen it this bad. In fact, right before I started recording, my neighbor across the street, their son was trying to get their car out. It's this Chevy Camaro. It's this rear-wheel drive vehicle. Rear-wheel drive vehicles don't do really well in the snow, because if you saw over the weekend, my dad's Lincoln Town Car is buried in 2 feet of snow. You can check it out on Instagram, or if you don't have Instagram, just go on my Tumblr page, which is www.tumblr.com/AndrewSportsFan. See it there. You can picture it for yourself, because this Queens really got hit hard. I didn't hear any other complaint. Well, next to Newark, of course. Newark still has work to be done, but in terms of how New York got the snow, Queens really got hit hard. As far as the rest of the borough, again, I have not seen it yet, because I have not left my house since Friday. Believe it or not. Today's Monday. Normally, I am at the nursing home right now. I volunteer at in Bayside. I couldn't even get out today, because this snow is still ridiculous. It still needs to melt a little bit. I mean, hopefully I'll try to get out tomorrow. That's my expectation, and I'll be out for the rest of the week. But now they're saying you might get 1 to 3 inches on Friday night. And I'm kind of worried about that, because I'm supposed to be seeing a play in Long Island on Saturday. 2 of my friends are going to be in it, and I'm kind of worried I'm not going to be able to get out there. So, if it's the weather here in New York, again, this is what we got this year. Warm November, warm December, now January's just, giving us a bite in the neck. So it's not fun, and believe me, I don't want to deal with it anymore. Alright, now that that's out of the way, I want to talk to you about the Royal Rumble. Get that out of my chest. Because I told you all on Friday, I told you all, Triple H was going to stun the world and win the belt. I nailed it. Believe me. A lot of Mongo Nation, we talked about it last night on Twitter. I stayed up late because I knew I wasn't going to leave my house today, of course. So I stayed up late watching it, and believe me, I thought the match was, again, fun. There were some key moments, in my opinion. I especially liked how Chris Jericho lasted about almost an hour. So that was something. And then you got, of course, with Roman Reigns. I mean, he had to leave the match. He wasn't even eliminated, but he came back and looked healthy as a horse. He looked healthy as a racehorse. He came out there and, of course, when Brock Lesnar came in with Suplex City, and then you had Bray Wyatt eliminating Brock Lesnar due to the help of the other Wyatt family members, with the Braun Strowman, with the Luke Harper, and the Eric Rowan. But the key moment of the match was when Triple H came in at number 30. And again, I told everybody he was going to enter the match and he was going to win the belt. And I nailed it. I really nailed it. But I didn't expect it to come down between Dean Ambrose and Triple H. I was kind of hoping it was going to be Roman Reigns and Triple H as the last two. Or maybe Triple H and Brock Lesnar. But in terms of what's the storyline's going to be, we'll have to find out tonight on Raw. Because, Triple H is going to headline WrestleMania. And looking at it in terms of what Brock Lesnar's status would be, he's clearly in a feud with the Wyatts. And I expect a Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar match at WrestleMania in terms of that. But, my theory of the World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania, I still think, because, Sheamus claims that he still hasn't gotten his one-on-one match for the belt. He could use that, I guess, to have a handicap match where Roman Reigns would, be in the title hunt and go after Triple H. But in terms of that, lot to go on, lots to see, lots to do before WrestleMania. So we'll watch Raw tonight, see what happens, and we'll go on from there. Now, on to the football. The New England-Denver game is going to be a classic. I mean, if it's not, you are out of your mind. That game is going to be a classic. It went down to the wire. It were key plays from Von Miller. But the thing that was bothering me, and I tried telling Mike Francesa this earlier today because he was too busy apparently, which again, Mongo Nation liked it today when I called in the mic. But the thought that's been bothering me is this. Why was Gronkowski still in the game when he was having oxygen problems? Now, what I mean to say here is this. Let me be clear. In Denver, you are in a high altitude area, okay? And from what I could see during the game, when I was watching yesterday, I did watch all 4 quarters. From what I could tell, he was having problems even when he was on the field, and then Brady was targeting him, and, I was still left wondering, with the oxygen problems with Gronkowski. I mean, why didn't Belichick take him out of the game? That's what's been bothering me. I really have not gotten a clear answer out of anybody from the Patriots. Because my theory about it is that, when you're up in that high altitude and you're doing strenuous activities for a pretty lengthy amount of time, you can't really, you're not used to it. It could be a problem. I mean, I don't know how Peyton Manning deals with it, but I don't even know how Tom Brady deals with it, but, what I'm trying to make here is this. he should have been taken out of the game earlier if Belichick knew this was the case. And, again, it was a very great game. I enjoyed it. Especially how Von Miller was the MVP. I mean, he was able to get to Brady a couple times. Key interception in the first half. I mean, you're going to see, who knows, maybe in the Super Bowl he makes a statement and, picks off Super Cam. But, yeah, it should be a fun game with the Panthers. Now, I want to get into that for a sec. And a lot of people noticed by now, Carson Palmer did not look like he wanted to play yesterday. It was one-sided. It was really a one-sided game. No argument. It was completely one-sided with the Panthers taking control. And, from there, once Carolina took a big lead in the first quarter, 17-0, you knew the game was done right there. Just like how they blew out Seattle the other week. They were going to blow out the Cardinals. So, right now, the spread is favoring Carolina. But again, it could change. I mean, normally I read Newsday on Monday, and I could get you to... because when I've heard from people today, they're picking Carolina to win it already. So, again, we'll have to see what the spread says going into the game. And I like to make a prediction about it, obviously, coming up soon. So, again, recap what I just said. You got Carolina playing Denver in the Super Bowl. That will be on February 7th. Triple H is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And, that's basically what's going on in sports. I mean, really nothing much to, talk about. But, I guess I'll have to consider doing another video podcast. As long as the audio came out very good, I would definitely consider doing this again. So, till next time, this is Andrew Pollock signing off.